All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DJ Greg podcast. I'm glad you're here. But let me tell you something. This superstar DJ came out of nowhere, like literally. But the truth is that DJ Rachel has been grinding for a very long time. She has a strong social media game. She does DJ product reviews, and she's a great lover of pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, from Danbury, Connecticut, this is DJ Rachel. What's up, you?
What's up, my man? Thank you so much for sitting down and chatting with me today. We haven't really ever had an opportunity to just catch up and talk, so let's do this. I'm so
Yeah.
excited to be here.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm very excited for you to be on the show. Thank you so much. You have no idea. All right,
my
let's take
pleasure, man.
right on. Let's take it from the beginning, Rachel. When you first got onto the DJ scene, I understand that your brother had a gig and he was unable to do it. How long ago was that? And then how did you feel for him?
So that was about 18 years ago, man. I've been at this, and I always kind of start off by saying I actually never wanted to be a DJ, and people kind of think that that's crazy. I was going to college. I wanted to be a PE K through 12 gym teacher. Like I had a completely different vision for my life. And just through the way of whether you want to call it the works of God or fate or however you live your life, here I am. So pretty much what happened was my brother's been a DJ, and he had a wedding one day, and we woke up to a loud thud in his bedroom. So I went up to kind of check out what it was, and we actually found my brother unconscious on the floor. We
Hmm.
found out that he was a type 1 diabetic. None of us knew. So he went into a diabetic coma, I believe it's called. We had to call
Hmm.
911. He was rushed off to the ICU, and he was literally preparing for a wedding the night before and that morning. So now I knew that this couple literally had nobody. And this was days before there was GPS. Even like we didn't even really have cell phones and stuff. So I said,
Hmm.
Dad, this is my brother had a passive Bose system. So these are when the amps were like 150 pounds. I couldn't even lift these things up. I had no idea how to connect this thing. So I said, Dad, can you? I don't even know if I had a driver's license at the time. Now that I'm thinking of it, I might have just had my permit. So I said, Dad, help me pack this truck. I'll print out the MapQuest, right? Uh,
MapQuest.
dir- MapQuest directions, and we got to do something for these people, right? Like I can't be worse than nothing. So I
Right.
packed up my brother's crates of CDs, right? This is before Spotify.
Hmm.
Um, even like LimeWire, I don't even think was like huge for
Right.
me then. So I
Napster.
literally just yeah, so I just picked up his bundles of CDs. We packed the truck, drove to these people's house, and they're kind of like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm the DJ's little sister, and I don't know if my brother's alive or dead at the moment." Because at the time, we didn't know it was diabetes, right? We just knew he was could have had a cardiac arrest. Like I didn't know what was going on.
Wow.
So I said, I'm what you have today, and I'm going to do the best I can for you. I'm not a DJ, but I understand what play and a volume fader is, and I
Right.
got my dad here to help me. Like we're going to plug it in until we get sound. Like we'll figure it out. I said I'll do the best I can. The bride and groom were besides themselves. They were so. Excuse me, they were so upset, understandably, right? They're a perfect stranger here. They had
Hmm.
no forewarning that their DJ wasn't showing up. I was a kid, right? I was literally a kid.
Mm.
So anyway, I got through the gig. To this day, probably top 3 most stressful days of my entire life. And I said to myself, if I could do this, I can literally do anything. And I realized I had a little bit more natural talent than I thought. And I picked up more from my brother, just kind of tagging along, being little sister, like I got it. So anyway, as time passed on, I got a little bit more interested in it and shadowed my brother a little bit more, mentoring, and he would pass me these little nothing gigs, and then I would kill it. And then they would
Hmm.
call and say, "Hey, we loved your sister. We'd love to book her for a blah 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 blah." And then I ended up getting like my own client base. And then here I am, literally 18 years later, with a side business I never even dreamed of having. So
Wow.
you don't know, right?
Yeah. You never know, man. You never know. Wow. Is your brother still DJing?
So he doesn't really do it as much as he used to, just because of his full-time job. He's got a kid now. You know how
Okay.
that goes. But definitely if I ever double book myself or, I need whatever, like he's there 110%. So
Oh, okay. Cool, cool. And what's his name? I never caught his name.
Brian,
Brian.
Brian, Rachel
Wow.
and Brian. Yeah, man. But if it wasn't for him, I absolutely would not be a DJ. So when people
Wow.
say like, who's your inspiration? Who's your mentor? Who laid the bricks? It's got to be Big Brother. That's
Wow. That's
it's got to be Big
awesome.
Brother. Yeah.
That is awesome. Wow. Before Napster, before MP3s, all that good stuff. You were out there.
MapQuest, my friend, MapQuest.
MapQuest. Oh
If I
man.
had to use that today, I would just pull over on the side of the road and cry. I didn't do maps. I don't even know how he did it. Well, my dad did. He drove. I didn't even have to figure. I didn't think I could use MapQuest if I wanted to.
Right on. Okay, so like fast
Yeah.
forward then and then like to where you are like right now. What was some of like the like earlier mistakes maybe you made like getting into this DJ business, and how did you overcome that?
So I take things really personally. And in the beginning, I got beat up, metaphorically speaking, a lot. It was hard to be really taken seriously. It was hard to get higher paying events. It was just hard to get accepted in the industry. And I'm not trying to turn this into, a male versus female thing, but we do
Hmm.
experience some unique challenges. And then just again, being that young with that limited experience and not really having the word of mouth and people to kind of support the brand, you have to do what you have to do to A, get noticed, and B, earn that respect. So rather than get offended and kind of wither away and give up with hurt feelings, instead of getting mad, I got motivated. And that's kind of where like the social media platform came up, because I kind of started at the brink of up and coming Facebook and these big social platforms and YouTube and things like that. So I said, if people aren't going to give me the respect, I'm going to earn that respect. So I started creating YouTube videos on my gig logs, how I do things, so people could see my passion of music. Then I'm a teacher by trade. That's what I went to school for, right? Because remember I told you I wanted to be a health ed and PE teacher.
Yes.
So I started doing these product walkthroughs and I made videos that I wish I had when I was trying to learn. And I just kind of translated that into this, DJs helping DJs platform. And from there, I really got a lot of support, great networking. I mean, such as you, I have made so many friends along the way, and you never stop learning. So while I'm teaching, I'm picking up nuggets, and then it just has kind of blossomed into this wonderful brand. And now I have the credibility where people actually take me as a professional in the industry that knows what they're doing and loves and cares about what they're doing. And I hope that shines through in everything that I put out there. And it's just hitting the content, man, giving people what they want to see and what they hear, from mixes on Mixcloud so my clients can hear my vibe, to gig logs so they could see, how flawlessly I set things up, social media posts. I'm real transparent. It's a whole entire package. So if someone's like, what can I do to get noticed a little more? I don't really have one answer for you. I actually taught a branding and marketing course, I shouldn't call it a course, presentation down at the Atlantic City at the DJ Expo. It was about
Hmm.
kind of branding and marketing yourself. And one of my slides actually shows the amount of hours I spend on my phone. Like my life is on my phone. It's my computer, it's everything. So my screen time, I was almost embarrassed to show the slide. I believe at the time when I did the presentation, when I took a screenshot of my hours on my phone, I was averaging about 14 to 15 hours a day on my cell phone. Like it got to the point where I just say, you know what? When I'm in the shower, I'm leaving the phone out. Like I deserve at least 20 minutes to be able to shower without being on the phone. Like it really was getting that bad. I'm not saying people have to go to that extreme, but anybody who messages me, I get back to them. Anyone with a question on a product review, I got you. I'm accessible. I love people. I love what I do. And that's how I'm able to kind of be where I'm at. And that was a mouthful, but that's
No,
my
no, no.
18-year journey.
No, man, but but it's true though. Like whenever I hit you up, you are right on it. You respond, and the same thing I tell other people. It's like this phone is not just a phone. This is a prospecting tool. This is this is your way into reaching out to everyone around the world. So the fact that you on like, 1450, I'm usually on about 8 hours a day. Holy cow. You like double that.
Yeah,
Woo!
man, it's a constant hustle between
Right.
YouTube, Instagram, recording gig logs, getting back to clients, booking things. I think phone calls are the least thing I do on my phone. I don't even think
Mm-hmm.
this is the most talking I've done on my phone in a week. So, but you know what, man, another tip is I'm always ready to go. I got a selfie stick with me. That's what I'm using now. If I go into like my little bag of tricks here,
Okay.
I have a vlogging mic. You know, if there's something cool and popping, I'm ready to go. Pop this on, DJ Rachel in the mix. Let's talk, let's tape. You know, you always have to be just ready. And I am. Like most women have like makeup and lipstick. You wanna know what's in my purse? Wires,
Why is
adapters. Literally, extra pair of headphones. We got an HDMI adapter. And look, I'm not even joking. I'll pick up I literally just pulled this out of my pocketbook. Like women
Whoa.
most carry with makeup. I'm carrying DJ wires.
Yeah, you are about that life though.
I'm about that life, man.
I love it. I love it. You have to grind, 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 grind. And that right there just shows how much of a grinder you are. That's the only way you're gonna make it. Hey, what does okay, so in that regard, Rachel, what does your future look like? What visions do you have, or where do you see yourself in the future?
That question's taken on a whole new meaning, right? With this whole pandemic thing. I think if you would have asked me that 6 months ago, I would have given you a much different answer than probably what I'm going to be giving you now.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to be a little bit more positive than just saying survive this. You know, I think the people who really take this business seriously, who really understand customer service, those of the people who don't just want to wither away and give up, that they truly live, breathe, and die by DJing. I think, you know, that breed of entertainer is going to survive, being able to get creative and adapt. For example, I just did a review piece on a ADJ on tour chill, which is a low lying fog machine. It's their newest unit.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm not DJing right now, but I was able to make some additional income. I partnered with a auto body and detailing shop up in Connecticut, and they hired me to bring my premium uplighting, my ape lab stuff, and that low-lying fog machine to do a photo shoot for their cars. And they knew about me because I also kind of have a cool car. That's like my second passion. And they're like, hey, we would love to come and rent your stuff and come on up. And I made a great relationship with them. We had a really good time, and I made money off of my DJ gear without having any events. You just got to get creative, man, and just be about that hustle. So the future, back to the initial question. Number one priority is taking care of the clients that this year was just relentless with. Like that is my priority. That is my focus. They get 110% of me upfront before I even think about doing anything else. These people have been put through the ringer, the amount of stress and turmoil and anything I could do to make that better. That's my first and foremost priority. Then I would say a dream of mine, I really want to get on XM radio and be able to play on Pitbull's Globalization.
Oh, I can't believe you said that. You
So if
are blowing
anybody's
my
out
mind.
there, you got the hookup, you know who I should talk to. Any advice? Like that is my 2021. Actually, no, that's my life like dream at the moment. I just want to be on Pitbull Globalization. But that's the goal. So take
Oh
care
my
of my
God.
clients and get up on XM radio.
Yo, you are blowing my mind because I listen to that radio station all the time.
I love it.
At
I got to
Pitbull,
be on there. I have to be
you
on there.
have to be on there. And I'll let you in on the little nugget. I'm arranging a podcast show with Kid Spin from the station. For real.
I'm
For
just
real.
saying.
I was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, grinding out. Like, like you mentioned, I've been like talking to him, vibing with him, and, trying to make a connection with him. And I got to date sometime with him next month to do a podcast interview with him.
That is fantastic, my man.
Yeah,
How exciting. How exciting.
man. And then you know what I'm gonna say to him off camera? I'll say, yo, when you get back in, make sure you contact my buddy DJ Rachel. She can throw down. Seriously, she can throw down.
That would be so dope. Making dreams come true, man. I've wanted it for a long time, but like I'm really pushing hard for that because since I can't really gig, one of the ways that I'm kind of surviving quarantine or the pandemic is I am on like 9 mix shows. I literally can be heard Monday through Friday, sometimes 3-4 times a day. I need that creative outlet. I can't just sit at home and wait for things to open back up. Like I have to be mixing. So I said, why not share it on as many platforms as I can? So some people have reached out. I've made some great contacts, and that's now what I do. So it helps me stay sharp with my music. It forces me to keep downloading. People out there, before I understand money's tight now for all of us, but if you can keep at least one great record pool, do it. Don't cancel it all, man, because when it's time to jump back in, you just want to be able to hit the ground running and not miss a beat. So, that's how I'm surviving this. But yeah, so while I'm making all these mixtures, I'm like, man, I want to be on Pitbull's Globalization so bad.
Man, and you should be. I would love to hear that happen for you. I really would, because
All
that,
right. Well, fingers crossed, man.
Yo, okay. Yo, I'm gonna help you out as much as I can, though. For real. I mean, if that's your dream, I fully support it. I think that would be so great. And then from there, can you imagine the gigs you would get just from that?
Right. I mean, it is. It's kind of a little street cred.
Right.
It's a little street cred.
Right on. So when do you think things will like open back up in your area, though?
So I am going to be a little bit of a pessimist here. I think it's going to take a couple years for anything to look somewhat normal.
Oh, wow.
I think people are going to be very split. You're going to have the partiers that don't care. It's one of those open it back up. If I die, I die. I'm not going to live at home afraid. And they're just going to do them. Then you're going to have the people who are extremely cautious, especially some of the couples or the venues about the whole litigious part of this. They don't want to get sued and get, shut down for unsafe practices. So they're going to be like real by the book, really reserved with everything. So I am planning on probably all of 2021 being, I shouldn't say all, probably 70% of my events I say are moving towards a micro wedding feel or a micro event. Yep. So DJs, I know we're sad. We got our big rigs. I got a pair of ETX 35P sitting in the garage. I'd love to bring those out, but it's not practical for your backyard little shindig. So, the Evol 50s, your Maui Goes, all these little compact systems, I think that's going to be a big go-to for a lot of DJs. And just scaling back, I think the big upsells, unfortunately, are going to be dead for a while, like the dance floors and the dancing on the clouds and the monograms. You're not like, I don't think that added flair is what couples are going to focus on because they're afraid of losing their deposits. I feel like they don't have the space, or if they're slashing their guest list, from 150 to now 25 or 50 people. And it's kind of that more intimate vibe. I think things are going to be really scaled back, which means we might not be able to charge what we previously were, but I still think we need to hold firm. I don't think we need to give away, the kitchen table, just because we're desperate for work. I would really hate to see the industry go down that rabbit hole that people are just grabbing at scraps and just lowering the price and lowering the service just for the sake of getting work. That's actually my biggest fear of what we have to overcome. Things are eventually going to open up and get back to normal. I think it's going to take some time, but that's going to be some damage that I don't know how we would recover from that if people just keep like lowering the bar kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, unfortunate, but it's like the expanding and the opening of it and contracting, like and then how can I say it? As I'm motioning through my hands, like expanding and contracting. Right now we contract, and then eventually it'll expand right out. Rachel, what's your meaning of success?
It's a fantastic question, and you think I would have like an immediate answer. I'm going to say success is being able to wake up, look at yourself in the mirror, love what you do, and be proud of everything that you put out. And I also contribute success to how much value I put out. I feel like I'm not successful if I'm not helping others be better and do better. And that's why such a big part of my brand is the DJs helping DJs, that kind of training, tutorial gear review kind of thing, because that's where I see that I provide the most value. And to me, that's what makes me successful, that people can trust me, rely on me to be unbiased and transparent. And that's really important to me. That's what success is to me, is making great friends, being trusted, respected, and feeling good when you put your head down at the end of the night, right?
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's chat a little bit about pizza, though. What do you like on your pizza?
I think the list would be shorter if I just told you what I don't like on my pizza, because I'll pretty much eat like anything. Olives are an absolute no. Like, just no olives. Not green, not red if that's a thing, no black ones, just nothing. I hate olives. No anchovies, nothing crazy like that. Seafood is approved, but no anchovies. That's about it, man. No olives, no chovies, and I'll eat it. Like, I'm not even, that's it.
So you're one of the few that thinks, pineapple can go on a pizza.
Dude, my favorite is pineapple and pepperoni. If you haven't tried it, you got it. You got the sweet, the salty, little spicy, man. It's just, that's my favorite. Pineapple is like top 3 topping.
Really? I'm trying to bend my head around it. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it one day.
You've never had pineapple on pizza ever?
No.
Promise me. No, you FaceTime me. I want you to buy a small pineapple pizza. I want you to FaceTime me, and I want to be there. I want to be there for that experience.
Okay.
And if you hate it, I will personally Venmo you the money for your pie. Like, I will refund your money. I swear on my life. Send me your Venmo, and I will give you a money back guarantee on the pineapple pizza.
I'm gonna take you up on that.
Okay, I swear, I promise.
I'm gonna take you up on that.
Pinky swear right there.
Swear, okay. Right here. Hey, Rachel, look, great chatting with you. I really appreciate, sharing your knowledge, your insight. I mean, you just keep on going. And then one day I know I'm going to hear you on that Sirius XM. I know it.
That's the hope, man. Thank you so much for having me. It was so much fun chatting with you. And we're definitely going to share a virtual slice. Let's schedule that. Like, the next couple of weeks, let's do that.
All right, we can do that.
Okay, Absolutely. We'll do that. All right, man.
All right. Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you so much. Yes, enjoy the day.
All right, you too.